In this video, I'll be talking about how to attract more money using the law of attraction. My name is Tobey from Training Business Pros. Thanks so much for joining me. Glad you could be here because the law of attraction is an extremely powerful law, and when used correctly, it can definitely attract many of the things in life that you want. So I've got 5 ways to absolutely supercharge and activate the law of attraction. You're going to want to stick around for all 5 because some of them you've probably never heard of, and you're going to need them if you're going to shift your energy to the point where you start attracting more abundance into your life. Again, by the time you get done this video, you'll know exactly what to do. Let's get started. Okay, so today we're talking about how to attract more money using the law of attraction. And I've got 5 things that you absolutely can do starting today that will start activating more of the law of attraction. Now, if you don't know what the law of attraction is, it's an extremely powerful law which basically says that if you shift your energy from a low vibrational frequency to a high one, you will start attracting like energies. And like energies are things like abundance. And abundance doesn't come to many people. In fact, it's something that you absolutely need to get used to in order to attract it. So if you want to do that, here are 5 things that you can do starting today. Number 1, clear out any limiting beliefs that you have about money and abundance. So for many years at the beginning of my life, I grew up in relative poverty. My father was a United Church minister. Some of the things that I learned that created my poverty mindset were things like, that's too expensive. So what do you think? Money grows on trees? We can't afford that. That's just for rich people, and a whole bunch of other sayings that basically became my belief system. So for many years, I believed that my lot in life was to be poor. And that's not actually true. In fact, all I needed to do was clear out those limiting beliefs and start attracting more powerful beliefs. Things like, I can do that, or that's entirely possible. Or things like not even looking at the price of things because you simply want them. That's a very different mindset. And that's the one that I have now. And if you want that mindset, you're going to have to first clear out the negative ones. Number 2, stop doing some of the things that you're currently doing that are not empowering you. Now, for many people, that's a very difficult thing to do. For example, many people stay in a job they absolutely hate for many years because it pays the bills, and their belief system says the only way the bills get paid is if I work hard, especially at something that I don't like. And many people convince themselves that it's okay because they're comfortable. Now, if you really want to start attracting abundance, you're going to need to give that up. And people would say, well, I can't quit my job. I'm not saying right away, but what you should do is do something else instead that actually attracts money, because your job is not going to. That cost of living increase that you get every few years doesn't even keep pace with the cost of living. So you're going to have to give something up. Give something up that doesn't empower you. Give things up that you do that absolutely do not attract money and replace them with things that do, which brings us to number 3. Focus on activities that start attracting money. And I have 2 activities that you can absolutely do. One is to start some kind of business. If you need to start it on the side at first, that's fine, but eventually you're going to need to do that with most of your time. Businesses have the ability to grow, whereas your job rarely does. So you can grow into a business, it can grow over time, and you're going to start attracting more abundance through that business. More clients, more opportunities, make more products, sell more things. If you don't know how to run a business, then you're going to need the second part of number 3, which is find a mentor, take a course, do some type of training. You can't possibly expect to launch a business and know what to do if you've never launched a business before. So it's always a good idea to get some direction from people that have done that before, people that have made all the mistakes that you're about to make and don't know that you're making over and over again. So number 3 is really important. You have to focus on activities that attract money. Your job does not. It's always going to make the same or a little bit more than you're making now, and it's never going to change. So starting a business is one of those things you need to do. And again, if you don't know how to do that, get some help. All right, number 4, leaders attract more money than anyone else. And you're probably thinking, well, how can I be a leader? I can run for parliament, or I can be mayor, or something like that. Maybe. That's still a job. Business people are leaders. They hire other people to do the things that they don't want to do. And that's why they make the most money, because they're the ones taking all of the risk. If you don't know anything about leadership, and you've never been a leader, or you've never considered yourself a leader, it does not mean that you cannot become one. It just means that you're going to need to learn how. I've done many leadership courses over the course of my second life since I fell out of the music business, literally. And things are very different now because people look to leaders for advice, and I consider myself one of those people. I had to make that choice. People don't follow followers, they follow leaders. So if you want more abundance in your life, learn how to lead. It's pretty simple, you just need some direction. All right, let's move on to the last one, number 5. You need to attract new, more empowering money habits. So what are money habits? Well, for example, a not good money habit is to look at prices and buy only what's on sale versus what you actually want. That's a mindset that says there's never enough money. So I have 3 things that you can absolutely do that are habit forming that can help you attract more money. And I'm glad you stuck around till now because I think this is the most important part. Yes, you need all of the first 4 things. They're all important. But number 5, that's the one that you can do on a continuous basis, even if you haven't started a business yet, even if you haven't done any of the other things. Start doing these things and it will help significantly activate the law of attraction. The first one is be a money magnet. Okay, what is a money magnet? Well, that's actually what the law of attraction is. You're magnetized. Your energy is attracting through creative magnetic energy, other like energies. So one of the things that I started doing was picking pennies up and kissing them and saying, I'm a money magnet. I'm willing to take what others leave behind. And that extends into many other things. For example, most people feel that there's a limited supply of money. And my feeling is, and my thought process is, I'll take whatever they leave behind. If that's pennies, that's fine. I've often done that with loonies, which is the Canadian dollar. I've also found $20 bills. I once even found a $50 bill. I'm certainly not relying on that as my income, but it is a habit that says, I'm willing to take what others leave behind. I'm a money magnet. I attract money easily and effortlessly. All right, the second one is you need to celebrate all of your money wins. For example, when you get a paycheck every week or every other week, do you celebrate that? No. You basically put it in the bank and use your debit card all week long. Most people don't because it's normal. I do. So when money comes to me, I either do some type of ritual with a check, or when I see money deposited, I give somebody a high five and say cha-ching. I have all these little quirks and behaviors that I do that it basically is a money habit. Do you have them? Do you do some of these things? You have to be grateful for whatever comes to you, otherwise more will not come. A lack mentality basically says there's a limited supply. An abundance mentality says there's enough. And while most people are in lack mentality, I take what's enough and I celebrate that. I hope that makes sense. And the last money habit that I wanted to give to you was to keep cash on you at all times. Most people, if you looked into their wallets, if they have them on them, there's nothing in there except a bunch of credit cards and plastic that attracts debt. Money, on the other hand, I know exactly how much I have because it's in cash. I can count it. That's a money habit. That's a ritual. That's a behavior. And I know that money or cash attracts more cash, while credit cards attract debt. No, I'm not afraid of getting it stolen. No, I'm not afraid of losing it. That's never actually happened. That's a limiting belief that people have, that if I have any amount of cash on me, I have to guard it because people will want to take it away from me. I've never actually found that to be true. Those thought processes are from people that have lack mentality. So again, that's all part of the money habit forming behaviors that you need to create. For example, I usually have about $1,000 on me. I recognize to you that may sound like a significant amount, But my feeling is, how can you possibly be a millionaire or even begin to think about that if you can't keep $1,000 on you at all times? Are you supposed to spend it? Yeah, you're supposed to spend it because that's what it's for. Go back to the bank and replenish it the first chance you get, and there will be more there waiting for you. Again, all money behaviors. These are things that for the first 40 years of my life, I didn't know anything about. And then when somebody showed them to me and I started practicing them, things changed significantly. Have there been ups and have there been downs? Yes, but that happens to everybody. But in terms of abundance, I'm a much more abundance-driven and generous person in my life because of the law of attraction and these money habits. I hope that was helpful to you. If you have any questions or comments about the law of attraction and attracting money, please post them below. I'd love to hear from you to see if you have any experience with this and if you have a money habit that you'd love to share with everyone. Thanks for your time.